Welcome everyone to Sprint One. I hope you guys have enjoyed your first week. Today we will be going through the top 16 teams, watching them live. So given our stats, there were 167 teams who submitted bots to be eligible. And of those, here are our first seeds coming up in top 16. So yeah, let's just get started.
Yep.
So first match, Goncharkin versus Brute Forcer. I think Goncharkin was first seed.
Yeah, Goncharkin's our first seed.
So let's see. Some sort around hockey.
Yes. So for the sprint tournament, we have new maps. So these are not the maps that teams have been practicing on. So we'll get to see how our top seeds perform on maps that have not seen yet. So straight away, we see Goncharkin just crowding around the dam. That's an interesting strategy, not being very productive, but they're going to be ready when the dam drops. And once the jam drops, we see a lot of action, but Goncharkin instantly pushing Brute Forcer back. It seems like there's a very big micro grab. And like straight away, Goncharkin already bringing one flag. There's a second flag coming back. We'll see if they can manage to bring the third flag back. Looks like the third flag is actually probably the easiest one to get. It's the closest to like the middle of the map. So we'll see if Goncharkin is going to be able to like push Brute Forcer anymore back. Brute Forcer is putting up a bit of a fight. The defender's advantage with spawn zones being closer to where the fight is allowing them to hang on for a little bit longer.
Not using as many crumbs as we might think on defense. Brute Forcer is still holding a lot of crumbs. Let's
yeah,
a little bit.
We've seen that both teams, Brute Forcer actually getting a lot of ducks starting to get
there he goes. And that's the game. Goncharkin will take this match. Let's go to the next one. This one's on Alien.
Yeah, this one's spawn zones are actually like very close to each other. So we'll see if either team decides to move their flag away from the center of the map. I think most teams are currently not doing that. So we'll see if they get punished by doing that. Straight away, same strategy. Goncharkin straight away going on the offensive. Brute Forcer having a bit more success in holding them off this time. There's also a lot of walls on this map, so it's going to be difficult for both teams to navigate. It's also going to be testing their pathfinding. And we see Goncharkin is kind of struggling to get like inside the head of the alien a bit, except towards the top, which is also being filled with traps. If Brute Forcer ever manages to get outside of their own spawn zones, they're just going to be like hit with traps nonstop. We've also seen we've reached a critical mass for both teams electing to choose to heavily invest in healing. But Goncharkin has managed to already steal away 2 flags. Brute Forcer's flag, once again, just stole.
That was fast. What happened there? Let's go back a little bit.
Just steal, managing to walk in and just sneaking away with it.
All right, next one. This one's on Big Ducks, Big Pond.
We'll see if Goncharkin is going to be able to pull off for 3-0.
These very large maps are definitely a test to the ability to explore and see what's around.
Yeah, it looks like if you can get all of your flags in the bottom left or like top right, it's going to be much more advantageous than like keeping it towards the center. And Brute Force are going a lot more on offensive this time.
Placing stun traps as he goes.
Yeah, it looks like
it didn't help too much though.
Both teams are using a mix of like stun and explosive traps, mainly leaning towards explosive traps.
What's coming back with an attack? Let's see if
yeah, they actually already stole a flag. So yeah, this is the second flag they just stole. So then once again, like the flag that's closest to the corner of the map is the one that's the last one standing. But Goncharkin already having control of that area of the map. It's going to be very difficult for Brute Forcer to be able to pull anything off because they're being suffocated. Meanwhile, Brute Forcer is also sending a small stream of ducks to attack, and now they're going back to defend. We'll see if they're able to
being dropped over and over again.
Flag. They're able to repeatedly kill it, but Goncharkin just has so many robots that eventually they just manage to keep picking them up, and eventually one of them manages to sneak away and is able to bring the flag back to their spawn zone.
It takes that match. Let's go to the next one. You're on Battlecode 24. Let's go.
So, what does this even say? It
says Battlecode 24. Okay,
okay, I was reading the top. It's
I feel like
not
it
very
should have
touchable.
been reversed, but it's okay. What is even going on? Let's see. Tons of traps on this right side. It looks like both teams are focusing on the left side though. So I don't know why the traps are on the right side. The back stones are going to be really hard to attack in this one because it requires you to go all the way around. So we'll see what happens there. It looks like Goncharkin is picking up on that spawn zone pretty early though, with a bunch of bots in the back there.
Yeah, Gun Sharking already managed to steal away one flag from the left side of the map.
There are traps everywhere. Explosive traps
Yeah.
everywhere.
I wonder if it's actually worth it to place traps right next to each other. I feel like there's probably some element of diminishing returns with like just how many are packed in this area.
Yeah.
So we see that Brute Force are once again down to their last flag. It seems to be a common trend with Gun Sharking able to just like keep staying on the offensive. Brute Force did manage to steal one flag this time, but it was just not enough. Gun Sharking just going on an offense straight away and not able to be defended against.
I think this is the last match in the series. Let's see. Maze Runner. This map's definitely interesting. It definitely tests your pathfinding. And so we'll see how these fare against this map. I really like what I really like the Goncharkin just does this at the beginning. No setup, just push against the dam until you can go.
I mean, it's working out for them. Maybe other teams should just delete your setup code and just find the dam.
Oh, already with the breakaway. That's the first flag captured.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting how Goncharking just repeatedly manages to get a flag within like 1 to 200 rounds. I wonder like what they're doing differently from other teams that is able to let them just keep doing this.
Oh, Forcer with the takeaway, but he's
yeah, they did manage to steal a flag. They're trying to bring it back, but
not enough
Goncharking is actually able to just keep defending. It looks like Brute Force is only able to send like a few ducks over at a time, while Goncharking has just like a whole mass of ducks over on the middle right spawn zone, constantly attacking. And so because of that, Goncharking is able to like capture the flag and successfully bring it back, while Brute Force is struggling to do so. Once again, they're trying to steal it back, but they take a wrong turn and they get stuck in a dead end.
It seems to be only a few streams of brown bots on the left side, so it doesn't seem to be very effective.
Yeah, we can also see both teams are like mainly neglecting the bottom side of the map. So we'll see if Brute Force is able to like sneak away like the bottom left flag of the map, but
looks like Goncharkin has got some interesting strategies up there.
Yeah, they do have some circulation. That's a bit interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, see just like that critical mass of the top right corner of the map.
Looks like
we'll see if either team is able
to break away for briefly, but was stopped early.
Looks like
again breakaway. Oh, it stopped. Oh, it's still going.
That one duck's still going.
I missed the opening.
One wrong turn and it gets just stuck. So as we're pushing 2,000 rounds,
here we go. Another one's coming through, and it actually makes it. Wow.
They're gonna need to take another one if they want to have any hope, because Goncharkin has taken 2, and that's the first tiebreaker. So they're still stuck. They're trying to take the one, and they actually made it. So they're tied on flags now. I believe the second tiebreaker is unit levels.
Yeah. So
we'll see like which team was better able to manage to experience and specialize their ducks. So as we approach 2000, Goncharkin takes it away.
And yeah, Goncharkin will move on to the next round. Let's see who's next.
Next 5-0 streak.
Next we have Blue Dragon versus Baby Ducks, also fairly high seeds. Back on hockey. Let's see how these strategies differ.
Baby Ducks watched the last game and copying the stand on the dam strategy.
Whoa. The stream of bombs right on the left side.
So straight away, Baby Ducks kind of getting decimated by all of those traps. They get like an initial pushback, and it looks like despite that initial setback, they're still doing pretty well, and they're actually advancing towards the middle of the map. Looks like Blue Dragon, they got a good trap set up at the beginning, but they weren't able to capitalize on that initial advantage. One thing to note is that Baby Ducks also just has crumbs on their side of the map that they just have not picked up yet, even though it's like pretty free. So it looks like they're just missing out on free crumb economy.
Seems like the stalemate in the middle. Both teams focusing a lot on healing, although Blue Dragon has a lot higher specialization level.
Yeah, it looks like Baby Ducks their units are just dying a lot more often, it seems. And so because of that jail penalty, like their ducks are just much lower level. And so it looks like if this trend keeps up, Blue Dragon is eventually just going to get strong enough that they're going to be able to push back Baby Ducks, and they're going to start being able to take the game. So far, it looks like we haven't reached that point, but almost every
Critical
single
mass.
one.
Once the action upgrades come in, here we go. Blue Dragon coming through, pushing back, past Baby Duck's defenses.
Yeah, we see that almost every single one of Blue Dragon's ducks has a healing specialization. While Baby Ducks, the majority of them have no specialization. They've just been constantly dying over and over again.
And here
And
comes
some
the flag.
flags starting to make their way back.
And that's it. All 3 flags. Wow.
Almost a 2,000 round game, but at the very end, Blue Dragon able to pull it off.
Right, back on Alien. Let's see how setup phase goes. Again, placing explosive traps all on the left side. Let's see how this goes.
We'll see if Baby Ducks gets punished for like their lack of exploration at the beginning of the game. I would guess that this is one of the maps where like exploring early and being able to get like a layout of the map is gonna matter slightly.
Baby Ducks with the flag already coming back.
Yeah, we'll see if
they're gonna get stuck in the path.
They're getting slightly stuck, but
Oh,
eventually
they
they make their way through. Blue Dragon starting off on the back foot. I think Baby Ducks, if they manage to make it a short game, they are gonna have the upper hand. You can see turns to
Oh, Baby Ducks
bottom
with
of the
another
map.
flag getting captured. And they make that one too.
Blue Dragon down to 1 flag left on the back foot.
I think Blue Dragon is focused too much on the middle. Baby Ducks is utilizing the sides of the map to get around and explore and to get sneaky captures here, which I think is important.
Yeah.
See,
Same thing that we saw last game. Blue Dragon also just starting to get those healing specialization like earlier. And because of that, they're starting to win like the fight towards the middle of the map. We'll see if Baby Ducks.
looks like Baby Ducks might be out microing though. Despite the lower levels, they're still pushing through.
This is actually very interesting. Seeing how this is a steady stream of ducks, like despite being lower level, still able to like just keep Blue Dragon back.
Definitely worth studying how this is possible.
Yeah. I actually wonder if it's maybe that Blue Dragon is like specializing too heavily in healing. I wonder if like specializing some of their robots in attack would lead to better results in this situation.
Just a little bit, speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, just a steady stream of robots from both sides. Focus on the middle of the map.
We'll see what happens when the healing upgrade comes through around
Yeah.
1500. That's usually when things change.
Blue Dragon still has yet to really like get
There we
any
go.
progress towards the other side of the map. And it looks like if they don't change something soon, they're just gonna lose to the flag tiebreaker.
Yeah, looks like we're just gonna be stalemate in the middle of the map for the rest of the game. Baby Ducks win by tiebreaker. Impressive display. Let's
Tying it up.
All right, back on Big Ducks Big Pond. Let's see what happens at the beginning here. Decimated all Baby Ducks boss right at the beginning with those explosive traps.
Yeah, it seems to be a common trend.
Let's
But
see.
Baby Ducks just it looks like they actually save a lot more of their crumbs for like the counter attack. And so because of that, they're actually able to like make it pretty even at the end of the day. So one thing to note is that Baby Ducks, they are killing a lot of the ducks on the enemy side of the map. And because of that, you do get more crumbs. So it looks like Baby Ducks is gonna have a crumb advantage right now. And it looks like this time they're the ones pushing Blue Dragon back. Blue Dragon's on back foot this game, already down 1 flag and stuck on their side of the map. And you can see like a lot of their ducks trying to retreat, but just a steady stream from Baby Ducks stopping anything.
And again, the levels are so much lower still, just definitely having an impact. But despite that, still again, Baby Ducks winning in the micro battles.
Yeah.
Here it looks like Blue Dragon's pushing ahead a little bit. Still unable to reclaim their territory though. We'll see what happens. The first action upgrade comes in.
Ooh, still stuck in the middle of the map.
Still stuck in the middle.
We also see Blue Dragons occasionally just sending off like a few robots at a time, trying to like sneak away a flag. But because they're on top of spawn zones, Baby Ducks just catches them on their way back from respawning.
Just get a first push. Yeah, definitely. If they would explore around the sides here, if they could pathfinder there, that would help significantly. Because a lot of these spawn zones are kind of unguarded.
Yeah, it looks like if you manage to get your ducks on the side of the map, it would probably be relatively easy to like sneak one away.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Blue Dragon was blocking the brown spawn zones by standing on it when they got over there.
Yeah, but they did eventually get pushed back, so
I'm not sure how
doing
helpful
much
that
in
would
the
be.
end.
But yeah. Let's see.
Both teams tied at 2 flags.
Oh,
We
pushing
do
through.
have like
Here we go.
500 rounds left, but Blue Dragon holding a flag
Oh, it gets reset.
and it gets reset.
Will he
Holding
make it in
the
time?
bottom right flag and it also got reset. But once again, we see Blue Dragon blocking Baby Ducks' spawn zone. We'll see if that ends up making a difference as they do manage to take one flag and bring it back. And Baby Ducks
It'll
just
be enough.
don't have enough rounds to do anything about it.
Back on Battlecode 24.
Baby Ducks gonna try and tie this one up. Okay.
What is going on?
A lot of traps being placed by Blue Dragon at the beginning.
We'll see if they're able to figure out how to get to that bottom spawn zone. We see most teams aren't moving the flags at all, and so it makes it a lot more difficult to attack since everyone can spawn exactly where the flags are. Although on certain maps like this, it would definitely be beneficial to move the flag somewhere else because it might be hard to find.
Yeah. I imagine that like you can probably try identifying like the spawn zone that's farthest from the center of the map and just move all your flags closest to there.
Mhm.
That could be an idea to think about.
It looks like Baby Ducks is definitely getting stuck up top occasionally. That top
Yeah,
spawn
you
zone.
can see they're getting stuck a bit on like that D. Yeah, that's a D. Okay. I know my letters. And once again, Blue Dragon actually has the left spawn zone of Baby Ducks completely blocked.
Yeah, completely blocked by except for one.
Yeah, so we'll see if that actually ends up being an important hindrance for them. Baby Ducks is down one flag, but they did manage to steal one of them away. We'll see if they're able to do anything about it, but Blue Dragon just has a lot more control of the map right now.
Yeah, I think that will be the game. Let's do this up a little bit.
Yeah, with like a couple rounds left.
Yep,
Blue
Dragon wins with more flags
wins.
captured. All right, on to our last map, I think.
Yeah, this is the
Last
fifth
map,
map.
Maze Runner. Let's see how Baby Ducks pathfinding fares on Maze Runner.
Yeah, we see first of all, Baby Ducks actually getting stuck in a few of those dead ends. Like you can see some of those robots just going back and forth in the hole, and eventually they manage to get themselves out of it, but wasting a few rounds by doing so. It looks like Blue Dragon seems to have the same issues slightly, but not to the same extent. We'll see if that ends up mattering at all. But
Yeah.
so far, it looks like Baby Ducks is actually the one pushing Blue Dragon back.
The Baby Ducks has lost a flag already, though. It looks like that top section is kind of less popular. We'll see if that stays that way. No one's really pushing through too much so far.
Yeah, it looks like they're concentrating both of their robots towards like the top and the bottom side of the map and not so much the middle. Which is also like, which makes sense because the middle is probably the hardest part to pathfind around. While the top and the middle just have a straight line you can like pass through.
Looks like Baby Ducks defended off a spawn zone blocker up there.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Dragon just liking that strategy a lot. It's reminiscent of what we had last year, but it does not seem to be as successful.
Mostly seems like a stalemate in the middle here. We got both action upgrades in already, or both global upgrades, but it doesn't even make much of a difference. Despite the fact that, again, Blue Dragon does have a higher healing level. And that's it. Blue Dragon wins.
Baby Ducks is not able to break away and steal any of the flags.
Looks like someone almost had a flag at the end. Blue Dragon almost captured it, but not quite enough. Cool. That was game 2. So next matches for round 6 will be Contractor versus Blue Dragon. So next up we have Don't Eat My Non-Orientable Shapes. Not saying that every single time. Versus Just Woke Up.
It's not that bad.
I'm gonna call them Shapes.
Shapes? Okay, we can call them Shapes.
I think Shapes was top 5, I want to say, on the scrimmages. See what's going on here. Definitely, first of all, a lot more use of sun traps right away. We can see from both sides. It looks like both teams are taking advantage of like a guardian duck staying in their spawn zone and surrounding them with traps.
Looks like both teams are also like exploring the map a bit. We see like a few ducks going off towards the side.
We see a few at the top having a interesting time.
Shapes might have taken that exploration a bit too far in the top left.
Oh,
eventually one of them escapes. Well, that last duck, we'll see if it manages to accomplish anything, but not looking very likely right now.
Hockey's a bit tricky because it's just a lot of middle skirmishing. So really chose whoever has the best micro comes past here.
Yeah, there's not that much avenue to like break away or like take a side out to steal a flag away.
It
But it looks
does.
like Shapes is
Oh,
overpowering Just Woke Up a bit, and they managed to take one flag back. We'll see if Just Woke Up is able to do any sort of comeback. But
there's way too many traps. There's no way. There's
yeah,
traps on
Shapes
the
has
spawn
just
zone
like
now.
completely
Yeah.
overpopulated Just Woke Up with traps.
Yep.
And
And that'll
just
be
like
it.
that, they managed to break through and get all three flags pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, once the traps are getting placed, it becomes very hard to come back and get past all the traps that are on your side.
Yeah. One thing to also note is that some of these robots are like creating water and filling it up during the setup phase, trying to get some early experience.
And we can see on the side here we have a couple max level builders at the beginning because builder specialization is decreased cost and cooldown. So definitely effective
Yeah.
when you're trying to build a lot of traps.
It looks like both teams actually got 2 or 3 of them at the very beginning of the game. And by doing so, they managed to be slightly more efficient in their crumb utilization. So it looks like still just like a stalemate in the middle of the map. We do see some exploration on the sides. Some things going on in the bottom left.
Something.
There's just one duck that's stuck there, and then another duck just building a bunch of trap series around him.
What is going on down there?
That's an interesting strategy. Oh, a bit of a trap waste, I guess, but it looks like Just Woke Up still has just a bunch of traps just like in the middle of the map controlling it. So it looks like that waste is probably not going to matter at this point. Shape's just stuck on her spawn zone.
Just woke up though, overpowering with traps a little bit, taking over the middle.
Yeah, Shape's not really able to get out of their own alien like at all. It looks like they did manage to sneak away to the bottom and they got a flag, but
You see
Just
some,
Woke Up quickly managed to recognize that and defense. Very impressive communication from them.
and we're seeing some water placement in here on the
Yeah.
white spawn zone. Not sure who's doing that, but I wonder if it's to prevent people from coming in.
Yeah. One thing to keep in mind is that both teams actually have like one duck sitting directly on top of your flag. And by doing that, you can like pretty quickly notice if there's nearby enemy robots and communicate that. And so that's allowing both teams to
Oh.
recognize that when one team manages to like steal and break away with a flag, they manage to send their robots over and attack. And so it looks like
Won by tiebreakers. No flags were captured this game.
yeah, both teams just a stalemate, but it looks like Shapes probably had a better
Level.
yeah, it looks like Shapes a lot more of their robots were level 6 at healing, while Just Woke Up did not reach the same levels. We'll see what they do on a bigger map. Same strategy once again, both teams getting 3 ducks to max builder experience. We'll see if that ends up mattering at all.
See a lot of side exploration right now coming in early. And that benefited them a lot,
Yeah,
but it didn't work out too well. Shapes almost got past with that early attack on the right side. It's just some skirmishing up at the top, but it was.
you can also see teams also placing traps directly next to your spawn zone and like a certain orientation. So it looks like they are like creating like initial setup formations for traps and flag placements. We see Shapes does have like one duck at the top right that was hanging around that flag for a while, not able to do anything. It looks like if you know that that duck that is sitting on top of the flag is not going to move, you can just sit directly outside of its attack radius and just watch it. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but it's possible.
Shapes dominating the middle with all these traps. Although on this big map, this strategy is somewhat less effective because you can just go around them. Although you can't really see where they are.
Yeah.
So I wonder if some of these teams have some methods to predict where they might be and try to go around them.
Just woke up. Oh, all 3 flags are being carried back like right after each other.
Very fast breakaway. That was almost missed that one. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's
just,
the
you
game.
just blink and then you just take control of all 3 flags. That's pretty crazy, actually.
Awesome. Let's move on.
So on to Battlecode
This
2024.
map has a decent amount of crumbs right at the beginning. We'll see what they do with that.
Yeah, it looks like there's just a line of crumbs at the beginning. Whoever manages to win that initial skirmish is going to have a pretty big crumb advantage at the beginning of the game. We also see Shapes taking a lot more of initiative
Flag
to
already taken.
explore in the beginning. They do have
Just woke
one
up.
flag. Just Woke Up just does not have any robots in the area that are able to do anything. And it looks like Shapes defending their robot that's carrying a flag with traps and it's slowly inching through.
Oh,
But
he
it
doesn't
does
make it.
manage to get attacked by one of Just Woke Up's ducks, and Just Woke Up manages to defend. It looks like while we were watching the left side, Just Woke Up actually took the right flag from Shapes. So we can see an interesting dichotomy of both teams attacking separate sides of the map, but only one team managing to break away for flag. We also see Just Woke Up wasted a lot of their traps towards the middle of the map, but Shapes preferring to travel around the left and right side of the map.
Closer to the spawn zones.
But it looks like they're finally exploring the middle of the map and they're finally starting to trigger all of those traps that Just Woke Up had. Both teams tied 2-2 in flags.
I think it's 1-1. Or wait, I guess.
Well, it's
Yeah.
2 flags up.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're able to break through the last few. But the less flags you have, the easier it is to defend it because you just have like less of the map that you have to watch out for. So it's gonna be a lot harder for teams to get these second and third flags.
You can see Shapes is starting to push in here.
Yeah, but as
the
I'm
traps
saying
are
that
approaching.
Shapes does manage to break away with one of the flags, manages to correctly pathfind their way to the end. Just Woke Up down to one flag left, and it looks like their robots are just getting stuck on that one spawn zone, not able to break out. Shapes surrounding them.
Converging on this spawn zone. It's not
Yeah.
much. It probably won't be much longer.
And we'll see if they can do anything.
Although there are tons of traps in the middle
Yeah.
now. If they try to
Just
come in, they'll
Woke
get
Up
stunned.
has placed a ton of defensive traps. So it is going to be hard for Shapes to be able to like invade and just like push through that area.
Looks like you might be able to stalemate.
Yeah, it looks like Shapes not able to defend that last area, but
Won by more captured flags.
yes, Just Woke Up still losing in the end.
All right, let's see our last match in this set on Maze Runner. Let's see how their pathfinding fares. Not too many comes on this map at the beginning, so a bit of more of a initial push advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Shapes actually advancing in the bottoms of the map. Just Woke Up has a bit of progress in the middle side of the map, but it's just not as much compared to what Shapes has. Shape also starting to overpower on the top side of the map. And it looks like Just Woke Up, if they're not doing anything, they're going to get overrun at this point. Shape's already captured one flag at the top of the map.
Completely undefended up there.
Starting to take back the second side of the map. It looks like they do manage to pathfind their way around the walls.
And another flag captured.
Once again, Just Woke Up down to their last flag.
Focusing really hard on the bottom of the map. Hopefully they can defend
Yeah.
it for this long. Definitely it's harder to attack down there because there's only one way through. So, but we can see that Shapes is encroaching with their traps. We'll see how much that goes through.
We saw a last game that Just Woke Up was able to successfully defend their last spawn zone by just like
We have an explorer
completely
going around.
surrounding it with traps.
Doesn't
We'll see if
make
they
it.
do the same thing again.
Try sending through one explorer.
Yeah,
Here's another one going through, but it's going to be detected by the Guardian Ducks and not make it very far.
Shapes just has so many traps in the area that even if Just Woke Up manages to push through and fight back, they just get like surrounded with traps as soon as they do so.
Not quite going to make it all the way. Looks like we'll probably end with the tiebreaker. And Shapes takes this game and the match. So they'll be moving on to the
Strong
next round.
performance from Shapes.
Let's move on to our fourth game. We have Omnom versus Waffle. I don't remember what seed they were.
I do not know.
Let's see how these teams go. Looks like Omnom not spending much on crumbs in terms of traps at the beginning of the match. We'll see what they do right
Yeah.
away.
You see Waffle, they go to the spawn zone, just completely like fill it up with traps. So much more of a defensive start from Waffle.
Waffle's taking away a flag already.
Yeah,
Looks
it looks
like
like despite spending crumbs on defense at the beginning of the game, they're still able to like win the initial fight close enough
Waffle sending a siege in.
to
See if
attack.
they'll make it.
Waffle once again sending
Walking
another
with a
flag
flag.
back.
Oh,
Omnom sending their own flag back. It gets killed by Waffle.
looks like Waffle will defend on the way
Omnom
back.
down to one flag
Will
left,
they
but
make it all the
Waffle
way?
is taking it back.
Blocking his own spawn zone. Okay.
It looks like Omnom just not able to defend against these flag pushes at all.
Yeah.
We'll see. This map is very difficult to actually get through and get all the flags on, but Waffle had a very strong performance rushing last game.
Definitely rewards the side of the map exploration if you can get your way around.
Yeah,
We'll
we
see.
see Waffle is instantly taking away one flag. Omnom managed to defend from the second flag being taken, but Waffle once again taking
other
a flag, and you
going
can
all
see
the way
they're
up and
taking a
around.
top route. They're going up and around, which is away from like the giant mess of ducks Omnom has at the bottom.
Last
Which
flag being carried already. Oh, doesn't make it. Gets dropped. It gets picked up again.
yeah, and it looks like they're pathing away from the enemy ducks, and it looks like they are going to be able to take it out.
And they make it.
Waffle once again
Quick
a
game.
sub 500 round win.
See how this bigger map. Sometimes
Yeah.
these bigger maps are usually quicker. We'll see if they have the same luck.
Yeah, on a bigger map like this, there's a lot more opportunity for defending, but it's also a lot harder to defend and like identify those attacks when there's like side routes for them to take.
You see some interesting pathing behavior, grouping behavior at the beginning there.
And we see Waffle just sneaking like a giant wave of ducks through out the top, and they managed to take the first two flags. We'll see if they're
One
able
gets
to
picked
bring
up
those
after it gets
back.
dropped. Looks like both will might make it back. The middle
Omnom
section for
also
Omnom might be
has their own
distracted.
flag to bring back. Waffle
Two
holding
flag carriers passing each other.
5 flags are being
Completely
held right
oblivious.
now.
Oh,
But
Waffle got bombed.
Omnom able to take one of them. And it looks like 2 of Omnom's flags are getting brought back.
And then get captured all at once.
Waffle, for the first time this game, down on the back foot, down to 1 flag left, which Omnom is currently holding and trying to defend. It looks like Omnom's flag that they're holding is just surrounded by white ducks. Just no
Omnom will
ducks
make it
from
back.
Waffle on their way to defend. And
Well-
this time, Omnom is the one with a quick win.
Both teams' aggressive strategies make for very interesting games here. See how Battlecode 24 is. So again, not much from the beginning play from Omnom. Looks like they have a very interesting defender duck strategy where it's just spinning around the spawn zone. I'm not sure.
I think that is like slightly
it's
more
better.
optimal.
Yeah,
Because
you
it
can
does
see
give you
more.
more of like a effective vision radius.
Already got some flags coming through. Waffle carrying it up.
Yeah.
Looks like it'll be
It looks like it's the same
uncontested.
trend of Waffle just taking flags very quickly, but one of those flags, okay, it looks like
Two
they
flags
didn't,
already.
they didn't go directly towards the closest spawn zone, but they were able to take an undefended path and capture the flag anyway. Omnom down to 1 flag left, but they have a ton of ducks there sitting around to defend it. Omnom not trying to get knocked out from this tournament just yet. And Omnom with an offensive push, starting to try and take the left flag
All
for
those
Waffle.
traps though going off, not gonna make it through.
But Waffle starting to spawn more ducks on that specific spawn zone, and they're able to do a pretty good job of holding off.
You can see the Omnom's encroaching though. Traps are coming through, encroaching the spawn zone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very bad for Waffle here.
Omnom with like a dual pronged attack was able to also attack the right side of the map. And it looks like Waffle was splitting up too many of the resources, and Omnom managed to take both the left and the right flag from Waffle. It looks like it's just a lot easier to attack when there's multiple flags and the opponent has to split
Omnom has to break away with 1 flag. Oh, drops get picked up again.
Yeah, we're seeing
Will
if
he make
they're
it?
able to actually take it back.
Looks like they're getting a little confused right now.
Waffle
Doesn't make it though. Gets
looks like
reset.
it does manage to do it.
See if I can push it. Oh, another aggressive push.
Yeah.
Omnom
Omnom
walking
managed to
through.
bring it back, but there's a lot of
Keep
enemy
run-
ducks from
Keep
Waffle in
running
that
into that
area.
spawn zone. Yeah.
Looks like Omnom still attacking the left side. Both teams holding flags, and we'll see if either team's able to make it back, and Waffle is the one who manages to make it back. A very close game from these guys.
Yeah. All right, last game of the set. Let's see who takes this game.
Looks like Omnom actually just filling in a lot more of the water at the beginning of the game.
Increasing their building level. Nobody looks like only Omnom did level up their level 6 builder, and Waffle is not going for that strategy.
Yeah.
Waffle already taking the flag right at the beginning here.
But Waffle, it looks like Waffle just cares a lot less about like specialization and building experience because they're just trying to rush through and get those flags as quickly as possible. They don't care about like the
Omnom
specialization.
pathfinding to the bottom, making it through almost uncontested.
Yeah, okay.
Omnom down to 1 flag remaining.
Waffle down to 2. It looks like Waffle has to attack the bottom side of the map. Well, Omnom has to attack the top 2.
Omnom getting stuck in the pathfinder. Look at that right there.
Yeah.
Figures it out. Gonna make it through. Getting blocked by their own ducks. That's not
Yeah,
great.
it's actually very awkward that
Oh,
the
it does
flag
manage to go
thing-
through though, and yeah, makes it through. Down to one flag on each side. Being carried.
Also,
It's dropped.
Waffle
Waffle's-
taking a flag at the bottom. It looks like
And they'll
no,
make
it's
it.
just
Oh,
not gonna be able to
decides to
catch
go
up.
up instead of going to the spawn zone. That was an
Looks like-
interesting play. Going back down.
They chose the wrong spawn zone to
Oh.
go to. And because of that,
And Omnom snuck up at the top while no one was paying attention and took that match. Awesome. And Waffle will take the set, unfortunately, though. Omnom could not quite pull through all the way. We're moving on to the next round. And now we have Super Cow Powers versus Bug. I think Super Cow Powers is our second seed this year. Upset from last year.
Super Cow Powers actually won our sprint tournaments last year. So they're probably going to be one of the favorites to win this tournament just heading in.
By the way, putting a lot of water down at the beginning, both getting building skill and also building a small defense.
I think we actually removed filling from giving you experience. So it looks like they spent a lot more effort on just creating water for that experience instead.
Pretty
They
even in the
also-
middle right now.
That checkerboard pattern also probably makes it slightly harder for an enemy team to pathfind towards a spawn zone if they're not expecting it. Looks like both teams doing a very good job of like instantly getting those healing specializations.
Pretty similar distributions here in terms of specialty breakdowns. First
Yeah.
upgrade comes in. Super Cow Powers is pushing though.
Yeah, towards the bottom side of the map, it looks like Super Cow Powers is doing better. They are getting 2 flags back. And it looks like they do carry it to the closest and easiest spawn zone to get it to.
Third one being carried right now.
Yeah, the
Getting
last
dropped.
flag from Bug
Oh, and
is
they make it.
getting carried back, and it's like just not able
That's
to do anything
that's the
about it.
match.
Pretty strong performance from Super Cow Powers at the beginning.
Let's see how Alien goes. Still more, we see more of that water filling. Definitely makes the Alien look very interesting.
Yeah, it looks like the combination of all of these walls and like this checkerboard water pattern is gonna be very annoying to pathfind around. We'll see if Bug is able to combat this at all. It looks like both teams fighting in the middle, but Super Cow Power has managed to find the path from the top side, and it's just attacking from 2 sides, the top and the middle. Bug does have more control of the bottom side of the map, but it looks like Super Cow Power sends a few resources down there and is able to hold him off,
Take a
carrying 1 flag back. Bug down to 2 flags pretty early on. Still no meaningful advances from them.
Still pretty stalemated. We'll see. Oh, Super Cow Powers grabbing another flag.
Yeah,
Drops it
Bug
though.
able to successfully defend, but
Sneaking into the bottom.
Super Cow Powers
it back.
does have a successful attack at the bottom.
And there's the third one coming through.
And
Getting stuck on their own pathfinding.
it looks like they couldn't
Uh-oh.
travel there because of their own watering that they placed. Kind of funny, but manages to get there in the end. Super Cow Power is looking for a clean 3-0 sweep this game.
Clearing out the water and checkerboard pattern too. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it looks like they
Intentionally
also
trying to mess
failed
with
to create that
pathfinding.
checkerboard pattern. I guess if you know that you're gonna create that checkerboard pattern, you can make your own robots like prioritize diagonal
Mhm.
movement, while enemy robots aren't gonna have that same prioritization. Both teams stuck in the middle, but Bug actually has a few more ducks like around the outskirts of the map. We'll see if they're able to do anything, but Super Cow Power has managed to sniff that sneak attack out and is able to defend against it.
Some scouts up at the top. Getting stuck on the bug nav in action there,
Yeah.
maybe.
Bug seems to have taken control of the bottom left side of the map, but Super Cow Power is sending robots back to their own spawn zones to defend. And it looks like Super Cow Power is the one starting to send your own flags over to capture it. 2 flags being held, 1 captured. We'll see if the second one succeeds, and the second one
that's it.
does.
That was the last one.
Wow.
Must have snuck by. Impressive display. Already it's 3-0. We'll see if Bug can come back. I don't think Bug can come back.
Bug cannot come back, but we will watch
Watch
the
them
last 2
anyway.
games anyway. And we'll see if Bug manages to pull off a strong performance in its last 2 games before we see it get eliminated. Same checkerboard pattern. It's kind of interesting to see like where any decide to place it. You see like on the left side of Super Cow Power's spawn zone, there's actually not much water. While on the middle spawn zone, there's a lot more water. Looks like both teams mainly focusing their efforts on the right side of the map. You see there's a ton of just ducks swarming and traps being placed in that area. But in the meantime, Bug seems to be trying to attack on the left side of the map, taking this opportunity to attack when an enemy does not have strong defenses. It looks like Super Cow Powers manages to recognize this, and we see that there's almost no robots on the right side of the map now. Both teams completely shifting their attention over to the left side of the map. Very impressive, but Super Cow Powers managed to sneak the middle flag away.
Healing upgrade's about to come through. We'll see what happens when that comes in 100 rounds from now.
Looks like Super Cow Powers noticing the swarm of ducks on the left side of the map from Bug and capturing the right two flags. And now Bug down to one flag left. All of their ducks desperately trying to defend, but spending all these resources defending means this have no hope of being able to capture two more flags and tie it up and lost 200 rounds.
Bug does have higher level of specialization though, so maybe that will help. But looks like they're still getting stuck.
Yeah, looks like
Speeds
they're
up a little bit.
not able to advance from that one place. Concentrating on that one last flag means that Super Cow Powers is able to crowd them.
Win by tiebreaker. Right. They have last match in the set goes. Super Cow is very interesting pathfinding strats. We'll see how that goes against Bug.
Yeah, it looks like once again it's gonna be incredibly annoying to pathfind around those diagonal waterings.
Tons of explosive traps right in the middle. It's gonna be impossible to get through there.
Yeah, it looks like Super Cow Power is just taking control and setting up a lot of traps in the middle of the maze. Bug once again on the back foot, unable to get much of an offense going. We see both teams not sending that many ducks towards the bottom side of the map. We'll see if either team recognizes it and tries to do like a surprise attack at the bottom. But right now, still just swarms. Super Cow Powers does sneak away and take the bottom flag. So now Super Cow Power is focusing on two flags, and it looks like they're both going to be taken at the same time. Pretty impressive display from Super Cow Powers all 5 matches.
Awesome. Now we have Bear versus No Time No Meta. I think Bear was top 5 or 6, I think, seed. Let's see how this game goes.
A lot of animals this battle.
Yeah.
We have duck themed robots, a lot of animal related team names. I wonder what the change was. You see, Bear has a very strong united effort on the bottom side of the map. It looks like they have 2 main groups towards the top and the bottom side of the map. But now that they've united, they just have like a line of robots. Both teams with like a strong line of robots, but Bear like steadily pushing back.
It's rotating.
Yeah, it looks like it's now. But they did manage to take one flag there and capture it.
No Time No Meta pushing back slightly, but not going to be enough. Bear coming there with the second flag.
It looks like the line has been slightly broken up, but it's starting to get reformed towards the bottom side of the map. And No Time No Meta is actually just getting suffocated, getting pushed back over and over. And now they're down to 1 flag.
Looks like Bear is focusing up on the top side, even though there's no flags up there. Should be focusing towards the bottom.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to do anything. Well, you can see the majority of No Time No Meta's ducks are in jail right now. While Bear has a lot more of their ducks active.
And Bear does manage to sneak by.
And that's what makes the difference. Able to capture the 3rd flag.
See how we lead.
No Time No Meta crowding around at the middle of the dam pretty early on. Bear taking a bit more time to explore their own area and get a layoff lands. And that's like early. No Time No Meta is the one attacking early. Once again, we see these lines of robots just pushing back on each other. We'll see if either team is able to do anything. It looks like the line got broken up.
Seeing a bit of like edge exploration, but mostly focusing in the center right now.
Yeah, but it looks like once again, Bear is slightly pushing through, but it looks like No Time No Meta is doing a pretty good job of like defending. And you can just see like a ton of robots steadily pouring in towards the center of the map, reinforcing their fallen comrades.
Got a first action upgrade coming in, not making much of a difference. Both teams specializing in healing. Looks like Bear is doing better though, in terms of healing level. See if that makes any difference at all.
Yeah, but No Time.
Oh, No Time No Meta grabbing a flag.
Trying to bring it back. We'll see if they succeed.
Going around, getting confused.
Pathfinding.
Oh, and
okay, eventually they find their way around. This time Barry is on the back foot. We will see if they're able to do anything about it, but it's gonna be hard to push through on this map.
It's 100 rounds remaining. We'll see if the healing upgrade makes any difference. Coming out very soon here.
Yeah, now that it's around 1500, both teams are opting for the global healing upgrade.
Not seeing much of the capturing upgrade.
Yeah, I think every team has gone like action upgrade into healing upgrade. We'll see once again, one of Beer's flags just got captured.
Taking through the bottom, showing that the advantage of exploration. See if we can manage to take the third one, or if this will be a tiebreaker game.
It's gonna be impossible for Beer to capture 2 more flags, and it looks like
No time will take this match. Time for the bigger map.
both teams pretty even. We'll see who's gonna take the lead once again.
Bigger maps definitely usually have different displays than the smaller maps. So we'll see if this makes any difference for Bear this game.
You see, No Time No Meta has a bit of a like exploration force on the bottom side of the map, but Bear just taking a huge offensive early on, a very united force.
Obliterating No Time No Meta.
No Time No Meta just stuck to those like 9 tiles on the top right. Bear just trying to bring that last flag through.
Running over all the traps on the way back.
Yeah, No Time No Meta seems to be able to successfully defend for the moment, but they're on a huge back foot right now with only 1 flag left. And once again, Bear just sending a huge wave of robots that's able to overpower No Time No Meta and capture the flag.
See, more than half the ducks are in jail right now. Though it's evening out, so we'll see if Bear pushes back. But no, it continues to push forward.
No Time No Meta trying to send a few robots towards the bottom to like sneak away a flag, but Bear just not letting that happen. Their robots respawning from jail managed to sneak it out, like sniff away just attacks and defend correctly.
Pretty tough. It looks like they're trying to pathfind directly to the spawn zone, but as a result, they're running over the brown spawn zone. That's making them lose the flag every time.
Yeah, they have to pass through 2 spawn zones on their way to capture the flag, which makes it very difficult for Bear to be able to actually take the flag and successfully get that flag back to their base. It looks like No Time No Meta just unable to do anything. Dude, trying to take 1 flag back, but Bear does manage to successfully defend it.
As long as they keep running over that spawn zone, I think it'll be a tie. It'll be a tie. Tiebreaker game. Yeah, and Bear wins by more flags captured.
Both teams doing a good job defending, but Bear just had a way stronger push at the beginning of the game, starting off with 2 flags taken. We'll see if the same thing happens on this match. We've seen both teams have had a very interesting line strategy for their formation, which is a lot less possible in this map with all these walls breaking that up. It looks like there's 2 main clusters fighting on the left and the right side of the map. Looks like No Time No Meta might be winning slightly on the right side, but Bear overpowering on the left side once again. We'll see if No Time No Meta starts sending more resources over to that left side of the map to defend. But Bear, on the meantime, also attacking on the right side of the map, and they managed to sneak away 1 flag. It looks like a 2-pronged attack from Bear is pretty successful. No Time No Meta are just unable to correctly divide up those resources and defend both at the same time.
See what happens here. The No Time No Meta spawn zone getting blocked unintentionally on the right side there. It looks like it shouldn't really matter though, because defending on the top left. Not really much is happening right now. No Time No Meta pushing in on the left side.
A pretty good job of pushing on the left side.
Seems pretty even though. Looks like Bear will defend successfully.
Yeah, they have picked up the flag a few times, but the robots carrying them have just been killed each time by Bear.
The top looks like there's a push.
Looks like
massing from Bear.
A pretty good sneak.
Does manage to sneak the flag.
No Time No Meta, but Bear
they'll make it.
Taking the middle,
taking the long route.
It's like both teams take a flag at the same time, trading 1 for 1, but that advantage is Bear still as they're 1 flag up.
See if we can manage.
So in the last 200 rounds, we'll see if they can do anything, but Bear is doing a pretty good job of just holding them back, stuck in their own spawn zones, not giving any opportunity for No Time No Meta. But
yeah, No Time No Meta spawning in the spawn zone that's away from the flag. Not very effective for defense there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're defending.
On to the last set.
On to the last match. No Time No Meta not throwing in any of those warning. They're not wasting time. Oh, eventually they do. I guess they wait to do so until closer to the end of setup phase. Both teams flooding the middle of the map. doing pretty good, but No Time No Meta seems to be a bit more successful in pushing through. But we also see Bear has a bit more of a concentrated group of ducks on the bottom side of the map. We'll see if that does anything. We also see a small attempt of an attack from the top side by No Time No Meta, but Bear doing a pretty good job of utilizing that defender's advantage, just surrounding the attacking ducks and being able to push them back. It looks like this is probably one of our closer games on this map that we've seen. Both teams still just stuck in the middle, trying to push through each other, but each time getting pushed back.
Utilizing a lot of the space, and so nobody can really get any chance to break through without anyone else noticing.
Yeah, it looks like No Time No Meta is doing a pretty good job of both teams actually are doing a good job of controlling the middle of the map. Like not even necessarily like the direct passage race, but even like the small twists and turns he can take. They're trying to take control of that. We see there's a lot of action going on towards the top side of the map. Not
Looks
so
like
much
Bears
the
defending
middle.
the bottom. Oh, and here we go. Bears defending the bottom very hard. Top
Yeah.
also at the same time, moving all the way to the top. Maybe no matter don't have to make take
A
advantage of that
stronger
bottom part.
offense from Bear at the last second on the top side of the map, and they're able to take one.
Bear
They're trying to
taking
take a
almost
second
two,
one,
yeah.
but it gets defended against.
Strange break in play manages to capture a flag for No Time No Meta.
Yeah, it looks like Bear is slightly on the back foot towards the bottom side of the map. We'll see if No Time No Meta is able to take control of that. But as I'm saying that, Bear spawns a pretty big group of robots on the bottom side of the map, rushing up on those defenses and not letting No Time No Meta tie up the flag count. It looks like if nothing changes, Bear is gonna win on the flag tiebreaker. But as I'm saying that, they're getting
stuck in their own duck.
eventually that one duck makes way for the flag carrying one,
taking the
but
long path.
still struggling a
Makes it
bit
through.
with pathfinding. Eventually making their way back. No Time No Meta ties up the flag count. We'll see if they manage to do anything. But it looks like in the end,
Still in a tiebreakers.
Bear
takes
just
the match.
much higher healing levels.
Yeah,
Is able to take
The
it out.
breakdown is definitely significantly higher for Bear, so it definitely takes this match. And that's the game. Bear will move on to the next round. Awesome. We have two more matches left in our top 16 or our first round. Then we have Neo Fan Club versus Camel Case. See how this up here? So something is going on.
It looks like
First person to actually start moving our flags.
Neil Fan
Repeatedly
Club
picking it up and
actually
putting it back
moving
down.
flags.
Definitely
I
a
forgot you can
strategy.
do that for a second. Like watching these games, I forgot you can do that. We'll see if these new spot flag locations do anything.
Definitely seems effective though, putting them both near the one spawn zone.
Yeah. And also it's gonna make it a lot harder for an enemy team to know where they are and expecting him to be on the spawn zone. But it looks like regardless of that, Camel Case tried to pick up one of the flags early on. Eventually, Neil Fan Club managed to do something about it. Both teams trying to attack on the bottom side of the map. Neil Fan Club sending a few robot ducks on the top side of the map trying to defend. But Camel Case takes one flag and manages to bring it back to his team.
Finds the other one, finds both, taking them both back. One of them dies.
Yeah.
They both get reset there.
It looks like
Looks like
Camel Case is probably using the broadcast flag locations to be able to find these flags, even though they're in unusual locations.
we'll see if the proximity to the spawn zone does make it easier for Neo Fan Club to defend. It appears this is the case right now, defending both flags at one time. Although Camel Case overrunning, being able to take both back. One of them drops, but one of them will make it back. This is actually the last flag.
It looks
No, it's
like
not. Never mind.
oh,
Where's the other flag? Oh, it's on the ground.
yeah.
I was looking in the spawn zone. I was like, where is it?
No, they actually moved their flags this time.
Yeah. Just managed to push through.
Looks like Neo Fan Club just not able to do it like as strong as a united offense as Camel Case is. And because of that, Camel Case is probably going to take this game unless Neo Fan Club does some crazy comeback.
Specialization levels are pretty low for both teams, but we do see that Camel Case does manage to take the last flag.
On to Alien, there's definitely room for improvement on the flag locations here.
Looks like Neo Fan Club got stuck with the flag, but ended up being right next to the spawn zone anyway. We do have one flag in the top left there. We'll see if that seems like, and I think in this case actually will be a lot worse up there. We'll see how that goes.
It looks like that flag got picked up decently easy. And it looks like Neo Fan Club
Camel Case
down
taking
one
the
flag
flag.
already.
Taking a very bad path to get there though. Trying to run through the spawn zones. Neo Fan Club spawn zones.
Yeah.
Take it back with the flag.
I
That is an
wonder if
advantage
these
there.
new flag locations are actually like worse than the initial ones. It's possible because Camel Case is doing a very good job of
Let's manage to
repeatedly
take it.
being able to pick them up.
Yeah.
And Camel Case quickly
Stop
takes
that
us
game
there.
very quickly. See how moving the flags all the way.
All the flags getting moved to the corner of the map.
Getting stuck on the water though. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's pretty sad for that one flag that it didn't manage to reach the
Oh,
bottom
get clear
of
now. Believe movement in time. Looks like it'll stay there.
Yeah, it looks like just not able to like dig across throw across the water while holding a flag.
Camel Case going immediately in. Gets defeated. Taking another
Camel
flag.
Case
Looks like Neo
immediately
Frankham
just
not
picking
seeing this
up
flag
all
getting through.
flags.
Does manage to find it. Take him out.
Looks like despite like the strong flag placement from Neo Fan Club, Camel Case just has a way better offense. And Neo Fan Club is not able to defend these flag locations.
That one flag is all the way in the corner though. That is significantly better than being directly in the spawn zone. Because they'll have to walk through the spawn zone this time. We'll see if that makes any difference. Neo Falcon trying to get a sneaky attack at the top by setting some ducks, but not really being very coordinated. We'll see if that makes a difference. Looks like they're getting finished off pretty quickly up there.
They're setting like one duck at a time there to occasionally scout and try and steal a flag. But by doing so, they're not accomplishing anything and they're just wasting resources. Camel Case not wasting ducks on these futile efforts has a lot stronger.
A corner flag getting taken.
Looks
Neo
like
Falcon won't be able to defend. Too many ducks picking him up in a row.
there are a few ducks around it, but
oh, just barely made it in there. That was very close. Looks like Neo Falcon's gonna be at a major disadvantage with that flag right there.
Neo Fan Club down to their last flag, which is currently being carried by Camel Case. It does get reset, but Neo Fan Club just needs to start capturing these flags if they want to have any chance of getting back into this game.
You seem to have little defender squads taking out the flag carriers, but we'll see if that lasts for that long. Looks like it's repeatedly letting Camel Case get into the back line.
Yeah, Camel Case just sending robots towards enemy flag like repeatedly as they respawn.
Looks like it might pay off though. Does manage to push it through the middle and it gets a breakaway, and that will be the last flag. To go taking the long route.
Spawn zone, but
worked out. Camel Case.
We'll see what flag locations Neo Fan Club chooses you at this time. Looks like they're all at the bottom of the map. A bit hard to see. I don't know where the third one is.
Third one is
the third one is stuck on the spawn zone still.
Yeah, we'll see how good those bottom flags are down there.
Yeah. I mean, I would guess that those flags should be easier to defend against, but we see that Neo Fan Club has still been struggling to defend. And once again, Neo Fan Club down to one flag at the very beginning of the game and like 200 rounds. We'll see if they're going to be able to do anything about it, but already
finds the flag, sneaking up,
repeatedly picking it up and trying to sneak away with it. We'll see if Neo Fan Club's able to do anything about it. Looks like they did pick up one flag, but Camel Case did manage to defend against it.
Sends a little squad. Camel Case coming up, trying to get the flag to the middle. Capturing upgrade could make a difference here, but I don't think they will take it.
Neo Fan Club actually able to take a flag this time, but they still need to capture one more flag to at least tie it up. Camel Case still on a pretty strong commanding lead. But that flag in the bottom right corner has been proving to be a struggle for Camel Case to attack.
Has to pass through that white spawn zone right there. It'll be very difficult to make it past that.
Yeah, you just have to take a much longer route, while the initial location is just a lot closer. We'll see if that ends up making the difference in this game. But Neo Fan Club unable to attack. Oh, it looks like they did finally pick up the left flag, but
Camel Case that game.
Sneaks away and gets the last flag.
Down our last match. Let's see where Neo Fan Club moves the flags to.
This time
all the way in the corner.
They move all their flags at the top left side of the map. But that allows Camel Case to run through and pick up all three of them at the same time. An interesting strategy, but it looks like it might lead to the quickest game we've had.
And that's the game, 370 rounds. Camel Case taking that game. You have one more game in this round. Let's see, Moz versus the real Merlin.
Moz not
also moving
has not watched the last series.
Yeah. Got one in the corner. Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see what the other.
It looks like they are exploring to find a good spot to put it. And it looks like they did end on a pretty good spot. In the corner, they are going to have to go through spawn zones to get it. We'll see if the real Merlin is able to do anything about it. But Maz does have a pretty strong offense. The real Merlin just stuck in the corner of their map, not able to get much of an offense going. And the real Merlin has already lost one flag. And it looks like Maz is trying to capture the bottom flag. The real Merlin did push through towards the middle a bit, but Maz is able to just repeatedly push them back. Both teams roughly equal in specialization.
Seeing a lot more explosive traps this match. Maul is pushing forward into Real Merlin's territory.
Yeah, it looks like the real Merlin just not able to have like that coordinated of an attack. And because of that, Maz is able to defend pretty well.
Looks like that initial flag capture might be the game winner for Maz. We'll see if we'll be able to push through it all.
Yeah, it looks like the real Merlin actually did manage to sneak through.
If the aim for rounds, it would have made it, but yeah, it wasn't enough. Too late. Maz took that one.
We'll see if the real Merlin manages to successfully take flags in time this time.
Looks like they're picking up the flags here, but not moving with them. That's a bit strange.
To just pick it up for fun, I guess. Slightly interesting. They just show off that they know how to pick up the flag. Looks like both teams with an early offense, but get stopped midway through their path. Maz seems to have a pretty good control of the top side of the right alien's head. Real Merlin trying to have control, but not able to get outside of their own alien.
Looks like taking a flag and pushing through pretty quickly. That one will be captured.
Maz trying to take the second flag, but the Real Merlin able to defend. Specialization starting to come through for both teams. It looks like Maz does have a slight lead in specialization. Looks like the Real Merlin has suffered one too many jail penalties. And they're slightly on the back foot.
Merlin losing a lot of the bots in jail. Maz takes over and captures the last flag.
Onto a huge map. It looks like this time
another corner strategy.
A very strong corner position. That's definitely going to be difficult for the Real Merlin to get through and capturing. We'll see if they'll be able to pull it off. But Maz holding them off pretty well in the middle of the map. If neither teams can advance, it looks like Maz is actually starting to advance. The Real Merlin pushing them back, but it's just not as successful. Real Merlin stuck on their own side. It looks like we do see a ferrying strategy. Where one robot picks up the flag, moves it, and another robot picks it up.
Opting to drop over moving them by themselves. Interesting. I wonder if that's more effective.
It probably is slightly faster as robots that are holding a flag get slowed down. So it probably is slightly optimal, but it's hard to like actually implement. But we see the same thing going on again. Robots picking it up and moving it closer.
Definitely seems more effective. You do still get a movement cooldown for dropping the flag, but if you do drop, yeah, the other person can pick it up.
Yeah, it looks like if you just have this steady stream of robots pushing through, then by chance you're probably just gonna end up having a line of robots to pick up and drop those flags. We'll see if they're able to pull off the same strategy for the last flag, but that's gonna be the hardest one to get. It looks like they do pick it up. We'll see if the ferrying strat manages to get it. It looks like it does actually get ferried to the end.
Pretty quick return on that one.
Actually, very impressive flag capturing from Mons that game. Looks like this time they pick up the flags and don't move them. Looks like sometimes they just decide.
Oh, and it was
back.
Also, explosive trap set up right next to the spawn zone at the beginning. Going off, gonna maybe make an early push with that. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
It's like the Real Merlin does have a non-zero amount of bots that manage to push through, but they're isolated and not able to accomplish anything. Maz attacking pretty well on the right side of the map, able to get an early flag. Really hard. It looks like they just completely covered it in traps.
Really hard to defend once you get the flag and there's traps in your way.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be very hard for the Real Merlin to be able to do anything on the right side of the map. Just a huge thing of traps. Real Merlin did try an attack on the left side of the map, but stops halfway through.
Right side's getting cleaned up a little bit. Still trying to push that right side flag. Traps are mostly gone, but Maz is coming through and putting some in the back.
Looks like
pushing up to the top.
Maz still attacking, but both teams very scattered, actually. Neither team able to get too strong of a united front.
Maz tasting that flag on the left side, but not able to get it very far.
Yeah, the real Merlin also
Oh, Maz breaks
slightly
away.
attacks.
That was unexpected.
Looks like
No defenses there.
Maz did just like notice the one opportunity to capture a flag.
And now we'll see who can break through the top part.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Merlin almost gets through the
Almost.
flag. Not
But
quite
there's
though.
no other robot there to help it. That one robot by itself just not enough to successfully capture that flag. The Real Merlin struggling to hold on to the last flag. It looks like it's very difficult for Moss to actually get into that D. It's basically one entrance to it. But it looks like the Real Merlin just struggling to capture any of Moss's flags. It looks like it's not going to matter if Moss captures that middle flag, as they're going to take it on tiebreakers.
All right, last set for this round. Let's see who takes this game. Still moving the flags at the beginning, up in the top left, similar to last game. We'll see if this is more effective this time than it was last time.
Hopefully it's not another like 150 round game. Looks like the Real Merlin might not realize that all of the flags are on the top side of the map.
Trying to
Maybe
push
they're
through
just
though.
trying to defend the right side.
Grabbing one, getting stuck in the.
It looks like all three
Oh,
flags
no.
did get picked up, but
Merlin's
one
stuck in
flag.
there.
It's just stuck there, which is probably worse than if you hadn't picked it up at all. Looks like
Maz can't seem to. Oh, okay.
Merlin's pathfinding might need a bit of work on these kinds of maps. Both teams equal now, but Maz
more traps
picked up
everywhere.
one on the right side of the map, not able to do anything with it. Both teams mainly focusing on the top side of the map. The Real Merlin manages to pick up one flag
again.
and once again gets stuck in that same dead ends. Whoever created this map is very evil. It looks like Maz almost capturing a flag, but also getting stuck in the wall. But eventually makes it through. It looks like both teams are going to need to concentrate their efforts on the middle and top side of the map now. It looks like that is what they're doing. We were kind of unable to advance. Both teams just stuck in the middle of the map, not able to do anything. And it looks like Maz is going to take it off of that one flag.
Congratulations, Maz. All right.
Maz with the same strategy, but pulling it off better. Now
we have our next round. So we have our winners and then new set of maps.
I will step out for a second.
Hello. Hello. All right. Now we'll be entering the semifinals, quarterfinals. Starting off, we'll be doing Gone Sharking versus Blue Dragon. Gone Sharking is our first seed. Blue Dragon able to show a pretty strong performance. We'll be also starting off with a new pair of maps, starting from Yin Yang. A little unusual since the spawn zones are actually separated. So
yeah, so this is the first time we can see with these different quadrants here. So we'll see how these teams are able to handle these certain maps.
It looks like Blue Dragon setting up explosive traps. It looks like Blue Dragon setting up some explosive traps on their side during setup phase and immediately sniping the flag on the left. But now Gone Sharking pushing on the left, trying to take that back. With the line explosive traps defending the right. Their push unsuccessful as Blue Dragon is able to defend. And it looks like a lot of this water is being removed, which opens up the map and allows for these diagonal attacks from Gone Sharking, leaving this right side a bit more exposed, but also now this top side, once again, still strong with that line of explosive traps.
Gone Sharking looking to take that middle flag. Should be the easiest one to capture.
Gone Sharking does have some ducks in this middle control and is able to sort of filter some things. Grabbing one flag here, can it make it out? Starting to sneak out with a light escort of ducks here. Now there's just one flag left for Blue Dragon in the bottom left. Blue Dragon able to defend this so far, but now a line of explosive traps just staring them down from the right side.
Shark's going to have to leave their top flag exposed in order to push this left side. We'll see if they choose to do that.
But Blue Dragon might be able to snipe off a flag on the right here. Gone Sharking has very few ducks there, and they do have a spawn zone right there. But now the flag snatched and taken away. So many explosive traps. There's no way Blue Dragon can follow, and that will be the first game to Gone Sharking. All right, now onto Fountain, another new map, both sides lining up. Once again, Blue Dragon placing these explosive traps, but maybe this is actually a bit of a flaw as we saw in the last match. Placing the explosive traps a bit far back might be a little bit penalizing if Goncharkin just doesn't approach that area at all. Also losing some map control.
Lots of water on this map. Spawn zones are still pretty exposed. Different channels for the different ducks to go through.
Yeah, Goncharkin seems to be very offensive compared to Blue Dragon. But now Blue Dragon with a push on the left nearly makes it through, but Goncharkin pushes them back, punishing them for this and grabbing some ground of their own. Now laying down some explosive traps in the chokes, grabs one flag and sneaks out with it on the right side. Blue Dragon still defending that, even though that no longer has flag. Another flag snatched, tossed around between these flags.
Going all the way around the wrong way. Interesting strategy.
Goncharkin, maybe some nav issues there as they accidentally deliver the flag back to Blue Dragon and pick it up again. But now 2 zones taken. Blue Dragon once again is stuck with 1 zone and really hard to defend this zone, especially on this map where you're vulnerable, both on the right side and the middle. Goncharkin is starting to push through. One flag almost taken by Blue Dragon, but not quite enough. And now Gone Fishing is sort of just holding this front on the left and forcing Blue Dragon inside their base.
Seems like a stalemate for now.
Blue Dragon is trying to get this right flag, but now Goncharkin can just hold these 2 middle zones and just win off the tie break. Perhaps they'll push into this left side, but either way, Blue Dragon needs to push on the right in order to create any semblance of a victory here.
Goncharkin able to spawn immediately when they.
One flag grabbed and taken back. Now Blue Dragon just needs to take 1 more, but they only have 800 turns left. Can they get that middle flag? They are pushing a group of flags in. They have the flag. They're unfortunately going to get sniped down immediately.
That's like getting swarmed.
And now in that moment of weakness, the flag taken. Yeah. So now 2-0 for Goncharkin. Need to take 1 more to win this set.
Now we're on rivers. This map is pretty small.
This map is interesting because there is a line of water between the 2 teams. So if they don't handle this water properly, they will just get barred into their own base. And immediately the water removed. It looks like Goncharkin is pushing this left side, but a counter push now. And a back and forth. Goncharkin seems to be, both teams using these explosive traps very tactically at these creating these lines of them to make it very hard to approach.
Crumbs are being used immediately, placing explosive traps whenever they get a chance to do it.
Yeah, certainly. Now Goncharkin trying to swoop in on one side. One flag actually almost taken away there, but they catch the carrier and now pushing on the left side themselves. But Blue Dragon is just holding such a strong defense here. Goncharkin cannot approach on the left, and on the right, they are once again rebuffed. But now they are pushing for a bit of map control here with all of these traps. Perhaps they'll be able to do something with this as they can allocate more ducks away from that side as it's already guarded by so many traps.
Does manage to take one.
One flag taken in a very sneaky way. Now they're looking to take the middle, it seems, but also pushing on the left, applying pressure on both sides.
Most of Blue Dragon's ducks are in jail right now. We'll see if that ends up being bad.
Certainly, Blue Dragon short on ducks, but now all of them swinging back. Goncharkin in that moment of weakness snipes a flag, and Blue Dragon will not be able to get that flag back. Now, once again, Blue Dragon trying to defend this flag. It seems like Gone Fishing or Sharking very good at sort of creating these stalemates and just sniping flags away whenever Blue Dragon is short on ducks.
And it's hopeless for Blue Dragon to ever escape with all these explosive traps everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if they try to step in there, those frogs are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage.
Awesome. And that will be Goncharkin with 3-0.
Yep.
So for the sake of time, we will move on to the next game since Goncharkin did take this game.
And congratulations for Goncharkin too for advancing.
Now we have Shapes versus Waffle. Let's see.
If your team name is too long, we will just abbreviate it. one of the random words in there.
Non-orientable.
Non-orientable. Too many syllables. Interesting strategy here. Are those stun traps around both teams' flags? Maybe to stall, but the stun trap's not able to succeed for the Waffle. One flag immediately taken away. Perhaps we'll see the same push on the right side here, and that
does
flag
make it in.
Taken away.
Shapes taking another flag. We'll make it up to the top.
Certainly. And Shapes also has a really strong trap formation to this left side. What is happening with that bottom flag there? Now it looks like Shapes is just going to try to push for this bottom corner, or maybe just hold a strong defense. That flag on the left side, really vulnerable in its position, but just defended so well by the traps. And now push on the right side, but immediately defended. One flag almost taken away, and not
able to
get back. Now it's going to be a tied game, one flag on each side. Who can get to the other side's corners, or will we see a tie break? A quick snatch, perhaps he'll make it back, and Shape's able to sneak in there with their traps and infiltrate. So 1-0 for Shapes. Now we'll see if Waffle can strike back here on Fountain. We've seen Fountain is pretty similar to the previous map in that usually in the previous match, at least, we've seen like one of these zones remaining. These zones are pretty separated and they are sort of in this formation. Actually, one flag already taken. A little inefficient pathing back to the spawn zone, but makes it there in the end. Another flag snatched away already. Waffle is up 2 flags already. But now Shape striking back, taking that left flag while also defending the right side. If they can push and take this middle flag, they'll have the advantage. But it looks like Waffle is going to defend that excellently and holding these trap formations around their flags to make sure that any robot that tries to infiltrate is immediately sniped. That flag juggled around a little. We see some flag passing, perhaps unintentionally or intentionally. Now Waffle takes the last flag and wins the match.
Score is now 1-1.
And now onto Rivers. Once again, we see sort of this map have this horizontal flag zone, which often creates this wall of ducks fighting back and forth. We'll see who favors which side here and where they decide to set up. Immediately a push in the bottom. We're trading the bottom right for the top left, but 2 flags are going to be taken away versus 1. That's definitely something that Waffle came out on top of, being able to snatch 2 flags out. And now Waffle is just going to look to defend, it seems.
Waffle has more bots in jail. Shapes is pushing a little bit. We'll see if they're able to get through. It looks like it's still pretty even in the center.
Shapes pushing in, but those traps completely barring their way. And now Waffle counter pushing
to the side.
Not able to get the flag either.
Shapes is taking a push on the right side. Not able to go through.
A huge back and forth on the left and right here. Who's going to be able to snatch the other sides first? All of those traps just detonating on those traps in the top, and the ducks on the top right. But now the flag sort of being passed around a little, but not able to be moved back. And the traps are just so strong there. But now 1 flag snatched and taken back away. Now it's tied 1-1. The middle versus the left here, who can sort of push in? So many traps set up by Shapes, though, and it's so hard for Waffle to even push anywhere into this center area. Now the flag snatched, and there's no way they can follow through all of those traps. That's going to be a win for Shapes.
Shapes is now up 2-1. Here on our next match, we have Canals.
Very long map.
It's not interesting because it has another instance of the spawn zones being separated.
Certainly. And the teams where they sort of hoard their ducks at these dams might get a little bit of surprise when they hop out of those dams and see their own spawns. See some circular movement, the wonders of bug nav. And now a big fight in the middle. Waffle is piercing through the center here. Shapes setting up on the left side instead, and the right side. Shape seems to be taking control of the left and right here.
Probably guesses that there's traps there.
Certainly.
Moving too close. We're waiting for reinforcements potentially on the left side.
But this is going to be a losing fight for Waffle. They're surrounded from all sides, and every duck that pushes in fights too. Now Shapes pushing in and trying to take that middle flag, but Waffle defending well with those traps. Shapes grabbing the flag and now sneaking back home. Can it make it back? Waffle trying to defend the zone so hard, but finally gets back, holding onto their own flag.
Waffle dropping the flag does make it back.
And now it's 1-1. Shapes, however, has control of the sides, and you can already see on the left side, Shapes is setting up a Waffle, pushing into the right now, pushing into that top right. They grab the flag, being fought over, and the flag seems to be able to make it out safely.
No defenders, though, coming to the rescue.
However, there are robots in the way. They finally take out the flag carrier, but now reinforcements coming along and saving the flag themselves. I believe Shapes also sniped the flag of their own, almost made it back, but I think it died at the end.
Shapes taking the last flag right now, or second to last flag.
No, there's one more flag in the bottom right.
Seems uncontested.
This one makes it back. So now it's 1-1, opposite corners of the map. We're gonna have
Shapes
to see
has the last flag taking up. It looks like,
and a huge push from Waffles on the left here, but now they're leaving their own flag undefended. That flag is being ferried back, and Shapes will take the win.
That was 3.
Yeah.
Shapes will take this game. Congratulations. All right, next game we have Super Cow Powers versus Bear.
Super Cow Powers are sprint winner last year, as Ian mentioned earlier, and showed a really strong performance in game one. They're actually arranging a checkerboard here of water. Interesting strategy. I wonder if they're maybe trying to exploit some weaknesses in opposing pathfinding.
Does capture a flag right away from the left side.
Interesting. And perhaps this water strategy in the checkerboard is making it really hard for Bear to nav into them.
Bear is taking a
grabbing
flag.
the flag. It seems like with this map, the side flags here are really weak and easy to take. But it really comes down to who can push into the opponent's area and take these clustered flags.
Middle flag's looking very vulnerable. No one's really going for them right now.
Certainly, but all of those traps are doing a lot of work. It's going to be who can take mid control here, I think. But Bear's pushing into the left side. We're seeing a back and forth, but Super Cow Powers is slowly pushing Bear back for now, approaching the flag and grabbing it immediately. Now we have one flag left for Bear, two for Super Cow Powers. And Bear sort of turtling in that bottom left corner where there's no more flag left. They're going to have to defend this bottom right flag, which is completely exposed eventually, though. Super Cow Powers has so many healers. All of their ducks have been upgraded, and it's a complete disaster for Bear, as Super Cow Powers ducks simply won't die.
Super Cow Powers, though, is still trying to attack the left side, even though there's no flag over there.
Bear's economy and crumbles as their crumbs are at 95, and Super Cow Powers will take the match. I couldn't resist. And now we're going to be seeing how they can approach Fountain. Once again, a big back and forth. Once the water gets cleared up on this map, it becomes really open and really easy to attack all three sides. Once again, we see the checkerboard strategy from Super Cow Powers. I'm wondering how that sort of affects their attack micro, especially with the retreats. Immediately grabbing a flag, and all of those explosive traps will defend the retreat. They're maybe going to look to do the same thing on the left, but failing to do so. Cow Powers winning the skirmish. And now just look at that wall of ducks on the right, impenetrable, as Bear simply can't approach those ducks or those traps. Super Cow Powers is going to look to push towards the left side now, slowly inching up towards that flag. Bear doing a retreating strategy, but just going to give up their flag and retreat too far.
Breaks up the flag.
It's now 1-3. Bear needs to defend this middle flag, but no ducks around it. They're simply fighting for left side and right side control. If Super Cow Powers can infiltrate the middle, they will just take that flag for free. And it looks like Super Cow Powers is just going to hold this stalemate on the left and right. Once again, you see 40 healer ducks from Super Cow Powers already.
Significantly higher
Using the healing
sixes.
meta teams and grabbing the flag immediately to close out the match.
Cow Powers is up 2-0. We'll see if we can take a sweep here.
This map a little smaller than the one we saw previously on Fountain. Perhaps this will affect the dynamic as these two teams push each other. Super Cow Powers is creating a lot of this artificial distance with their checkerboard pattern, where you're sort of forced to nap in a weird way.
Sneaks in immediately and takes the flag.
Interesting.
Not much defense there.
Bears seem to just like cower at the sight of that one duck, running in and grabbing the flag, then fleeing. Perhaps defending a little, retreating a little too far in their defense. But we see each side setting up their own traps. Both teams utilizing these explosive traps really well. So those are traps. Oh, Super Cow Powers almost took that bread, but
Neither team super interested in the water trap or the
But Bear is almost grabbing that bottom right flag. They're so close, but Super Cow Powers is just holding a wall, an absolute fort of ducks. They say, why build your... I think like maybe this checkerboard strategy allows them to hold this really impenetrable wall where they can just camp these areas and make it really hard for the opponent to outnumber them in a frontal fight. And now you see them just inching up with a thick wall of ducks on the right side. And also on the left side here, although there's no more bread to be found there, we'll see if they sort of approach towards the middle. Bear just holding a strong defense, but now both flags grabbed, one defended, but the other lost. Bear's just too split in their
this sneak out on the right side while Bear was focused on the left, and we'll take
the
final flag.
And that's going to be a 3-0.
It's going to be 3-0 for Super Cow Powers. Congratulations. All right, we have one more game in the semifinals, or the quarterfinals.
Yeah, the quarterfinals.
Camel Case versus Moz.
Camel Case and Mod.
Here we have a flag mover. We'll see.
Moz, a flag mover, immediately my favorite to win this match. Unfortunately, we did see some flag moving that just resulted to selling out the flag earlier. So we'll see if that happens again. Clustering all the flags on the bottom right, actually going to be a lot easier to defend. You see explosive traps and stun traps set up. But now
immediately
one has been snatched.
Undefended on the way back.
It seems as if this bottom left spawn zone is just too far away from those flags to utilize properly. But one flag sort of held in the left side. They're trying to push in here, grabbing the flag, but once again defended. Just this back and forth happening on the left side. That flag though, just so well defended. A giant push coming in on the right side, almost reaching the flag, but stopping just short. And now a counter push on the left. So many brown ducks just hanging around that flag, but not able to grab it. Now moving it in the wrong direction. Not going to be the way you want to take that flag. And now a huge push
on that flag. No way he's gonna be defending.
Camel Case grabbing both flags and just making away with them. And no defense to be found. An attack, but actually they did manage to grab one flag of their own before that game ended, but Ma's just not able to defend at all. Down to Fountain. In a bigger map, I expect sort of moving this flag will do a lot more. But we'll see how that sort of turns out here. Some interesting
this corner arrangement here. Trying to maximize the distance between the flags.
And now the flag's set down, but no defense on the bottom right side where they put all their flags, selling out one of their flags immediately. But a counterattack taking away one flag of their own, but now both flags snatch. They counterattack on the left and leave all of their flags on the right to be taken away for free. This last flag is being snuck away. Can they defend it? An explosive trap catches the carrier duck out of guard. And now defending this bottom right much better now. They're pushing along the right now that they have that left flag. If they can just hold this defense strong and snatch a flag back, but the flag now snatched and taken away. He's running it.
No support though, doesn't make it.
Now, if they can just hold this right side defense, they do have a chance of just coming back. But now, once again, just cowering at the side of these ducks, and that's going to be the game for Camel Case.
Back on Rivers.
I believe it's 2-0 for Camel Case now. Rivers is one of the maps where I'd expect, moving these flags in the corner might not be so good of an idea if Camel Case just floods that side. But we'll see. They seem to be gathering. So once again, Camel Case sort of pushing into this top left already after spotting the flag.
We see some water mines here. Not sure if that's going to make much of a difference, though.
And
Camel Case taking one flag.
Flags, a lot of movement from the flags here. Trading one flag. And that's going to be 1-1 on the flags now. Can they hold that top left corner? A push coming in. But the bottom right flag for Camel Case sort of tossed around for a bit. Same with the bottom left flag. Unfortunately, nowhere to go with that flag. You see some water being, dug in just very quickly, but doesn't seem to serve a specific purpose. Now, Explosive Trap's getting so much value out of Camel Case's ducks there. And now pushing downwards, can they grab that bottom left flag? It's moving. They have the middle flag as well. A back and forth skirmish. They are sneaking away with it, but so many ducks attacking the carrier. One flag snuck away, two flags snuck away, and that's the game for Moz. Able to strike back here. Now it's 2-1, and we'll see if Camel Case can close out the set or if Moz can pull off the sweep. No, reverse sweep, I should say. Now, with these spawn zones separated, Moz's strategy of sort of carrying these flags back is really suffering since this flag just can't find its way to that corner to be with its friends. So going to be set down right in the middle. A lot of mines immediately setting off on both sides. A push in the bottom left, traded for a push in the top. And now we're going to see if sort of
immediately they can hold targeting the faraway flag.
Camel Case seems to be doing an excellent job of just sniffing out these flags in the corners and latching on and just attacking them in droves. But now Moz sort of infiltrating with their own ducks, going to sort of approach these flags, trying to grab them away, but really scattered and really surrounded by Camel Case's ducks, which lead to immediate attacks on any carrier. Now Explosive Trap's being set down in the middle.
Moz does make it up back to the top, trying to do the throwing the flag strap, but doesn't make it very far.
But a lot of these Explosive Traps going to be really hard. Camel Case pushing in, loses so many ducks just now. Can Moz grab that middle flag? They seem to be just really fumbling around with it, though. And now maybe the flag. Oh my god, what are they doing with that flag? Moz juggling the flag. Okay, looks like they just juggle that flag. I'm not sure what that strategy is. But it looks
like juggling the flag on the way back too. Doesn't quite make it again.
I'm not sure how much his juggling strategy is helping them when they don't have a line of ducks.
Yeah, they seem to do it no matter what, even if there's no other ducks that are there.
Yeah, it really leaves them vulnerable to Camel Case's attacks. But now Camel Case really struggling to hold on. So many Explosive Traps just lining around their bases, and all their ducks are in jail.
Dominating on the Camel Case's
These
side,
ducks
though.
have commit crimes.
Looks like Moz might take this last flag.
And Moz is going to inch that flag slowly. It's not
And
moving
Moz
at
makes it.
optimal rates, but now it's 2-2.
Game 5 for Moz versus Camel Case.
Can Moz pull off the reverse sweep? A massive map on Snake. And Moz not really moving the flags this time. Looks like they found their corners to settle in already, perhaps. And it looks like we're going to see how Moz performs when all the flags are just on their spawn zones. And they're not going to perform very well, it seems. Camel Case immediately rushing in and just snatching all three flags. I didn't even see what happened there. Immediately just taken away. What happened, Moz? Disaster. A 298 turn game to close out that set, and Camel Case will be advancing.
Heartbreaking way to lose game 5. Camel Case, congratulations.
Disaster for Moz as somehow their flag placing or flag defending code bugs out, and now we're on to the semifinals.
Gontargan versus Shapes.
Both extremely strong teams. We're on a soccer field today.
Soccer. Not to be confused with hockey.
Or if they're international teams, football. Both teams were just eyeing the side of this dam, waiting for it to break.
Shapes with the Guardian duck strategy.
Yeah, Shapes with these stun traps guarding their area, but not going to work. Gone Sharking just scouts those traps out and immediately snatches a flag. Another flag already taken. Gone Sharking showing why they're the first seed entering this tournament and showing such a strong performance in the first game. Can Shapes does manage they have that flag, but Gone Sharking chasing reclaims it. And now the bottom flag.
Shapes got another flag. Not gonna be.
It looks like
the two squads are.
I don't really know what's happening with these flags. They're really getting juggled around a lot, but it looks like
both squads defended each other. Now the flag made it through. But Sharking
slowly just inching that flag backwards.
That was a wild end of the match.
And that's going to be the first game gone to Gone Sharking onto Snakes. Snake, last time we saw something happen here. Maybe this is just a map where the open center leads to an easy infiltration if you're approaching the sides. Certainly seems like Gone Sharking was so it certainly seems like Shapes just eyeing the sides here, but just leaving the middle completely exposed, which is just
Shapes only has both their ducks in jail, but they spawn in and that's not enough time to defend though.
Shapes is able to defend one of their flags. Perhaps that top right flag might not make it back. If they can hold on to that flag, there's hope, but now that flag just snatched away and there's no hope for Shapes. Clustering their ducks all on the right side there and just losing control of the center.
It seems like the rush strategy is not very effective here. Got to make sure you're focusing on defenses.
Well, it seems like whoever pushes the middle here is really advantageous on this map, but we'll see as we continue to approach into game 3 onto Ace of Spades.
Very narrow map.
Very narrow map with a lot of crumbs in the middle here. We'll see if that really has an effect, if you're able to grab up those crumbs and just build explosive traps everywhere. Interestingly, Shapes only trapping up one of their flags this time. The bottom and the top flag left undefended for now. But now, huge trap formation created on the top side here. And they're also leaving less ducks to defend that area, it seems. Most of their ducks sitting in the bottom and middle to defend these flags. Able to grab one flag, actually. Can they make it back? Gone Sharking, an excellent defense. And that flag isn't able to be carried back. Now Gone Sharking slowly gaining ground, pushing these explosive traps right in front of Shapes' door. And can Shapes even exit their own base at this rate?
Gone Sharking dominating Shapes' side.
And Gone Sharking seems to be doing healing ducks once more. 18 healing ducks, both sides actually favoring this. But Shapes has so many ducks in jail.
Sharking grabs the last flag. Second to last flag.
And Shapes is going to try to strike back, though. That bottom duck sneaking away, able to bring the flag back. 1-2, Gone Sharking just going to try to eye down. Actually,
Shapes showing the next flag.
Shapes is able to
gets confused.
Really confused. Almost made it back, but just not able to. Disaster for Shapes as they simply cannot defend, and their last flag also taken away. Gone Sharking closing out the set 3-0.
I think that was 3-0.
Yeah, that's a 3-0.
Congratulations, Sharking. We'll see Sharking in the finals.
Indeed. Strong first seed. Now we'll see if Super Cow Powers or Camel Case can strike back here.
Back on soccer.
Back on football.
Again, we see this diagonal strategy. Not much building in the first setup phase.
Super Cow Powers is one of the teams that does do some interesting setup strategy here with their checkerboard. The intuition of this checkerboard, really curious to one if it's an attack micro thing where they can just outnumber the ducks as they approach, or perhaps it's just to mess with the enemy pathbinding.
Camel Case, most ducks in jail.
Super Cow Powers is doing an excellent job of keeping their ducks alive. They They barely lost any ducks at all.
See that diagonal movement really displayed
Look
right
at that
there.
diagonal movement, just carrying back 2 flags now. Able to defend that last flag and prevent disaster for now, but now
Turning off the flag, won't make it through.
Huge
Able to defend
entourage, just carrying that last flag back. Camel Case is not going to be able to hold on to that flag. Super Cow Powers, what an aggressive rush and what a successful rush.
Back on Snake.
Now, once again, we've seen whoever gets control of the middle here really just dominates the match. But Super Cow Powers is certainly making it really hard for enemies to enter their middle. So maybe even without middle control, they can do something here. Super Cow Powers is setting up the middle.
No crumbs been spent on defense. It's very interesting.
Immediately, explosive traps going off. Camel Case getting control of the middle. Can they perform the miracle we've seen in the last 2 times? No, Super Cow Powers, that checkerboard strategy, able to defend the first one. And look at all of those traps littered there, though. I think those are Camel Case's traps.
Yeah, pulls one flag out.
One flag is gone. And look at all those traps. Super Cow Powers just has to walk into them to approach this region. And one flag gone and no visible counterattack of the moment. They're just slowly inching forwards, trying to gain ground with these explosive traps. Seems like a lot of the map control this year leaning on the explosive traps. Cow Powers, once again, making a checkerboard with the explosive traps. I wonder if that's so that they can somehow just like... I'm not really sure what the checkerboard with the explosive traps are. And grabbing 2 flags, going to sneak
dominating in the attack, not able to defend from Camel Case.
Well, I wonder if Super Cow Powers does the checkerboard water to reduce the amount of explosive traps they need to set up. They can have the amount of explosive traps and force the enemies to essentially just walk on them. And so most enemies will see that water and just pathfind around it with no cost, but they don't know that there's explosive traps set up all over the place.
That makes sense. Cow Powers taking all the flags.
So maybe a team would be able to read into this and dig out the water instead of just pathfinding around it. But we'll see if that's something that happens in the next sprint, or if Camel Case is able to read into this strategy.
Unable to fall through with that lead. We'll see if Camel Case can take this game 3.
Certainly seems like Super Cow Powers really favors setting. Oh, one flag almost taken away immediately by Camel Case. A really aggressive push. Camel Case, 25 ducks jailed. They're missing half of their force, and Super Cow Powers is just farming healing, it seems. Just slowly inching up the level.
A flag at the bottom now. Getting an early advantage.
The problem is so much jail time for Camel Case's ducks really means that they're not leveling their ducks. And now over time, Super Cow Powers is gaining the advantage in the level economy. They already have 3 builder ducks, now 3 healer ducks. Camel Case still all on their base level ducks, not able to do anything. 25 healer ducks for Super Cow Powers, able to push in now so aggressively with their over level ducks and just take away these flags one by one. But Camel Case holding a strong defense as they can. All of their ducks are in jail. They have 45 ducks in jail, and Super Cow Powers is just going to take those flags away with no resistance.
Cow Powers taking that 3rd game will close out this game, and we'll see Cow Powers in the finals. And now, the match that nobody expected, the 1st seed versus the 2nd seed.
Now, Gone Sharking does seem to be really good into Super Cow Powers in the scrimmages that I've personally seen.
Yeah, I think Gone Sharking just overtook Cow Powers right at the end.
Yeah, certainly. Super Cow Powers held a strong elo lead throughout most of the season, but Gone Sharking sniped it away at the end. But these are new maps with a lot of different terrain, and we'll see how their bots will perform, especially since Super Cow Powers using this checkerboard strategy that might not have been seen too much before. We'll see if Gone Sharking is prepared for this, or if they'll just walk into all of those explosive traps in their pathfinding. Gone Sharking has been shown to sort of do this kiting strategy, while Super Cow Powers really focuses on just keeping ducks alive and leveling healing over time while maintaining this strong defense. Gone Sharking is the one who takes a bit more of an offensive here, but no ducks are dying on Gone Sharking side, but none on Super Cow Powers. Super Cow Powers now leveling up their healing economy. We'll see if Gone Sharking can keep up with them at this rate. Gone Sharking pushing in on the left side, but not able to make a real dent into Super Cow Powers' defense. Those explosive traps working so efficiently. And now a stalemate sort of, but slowly inching towards Super Cow Powers. But now both sides getting their healing ducks in. Super Cow Powers at 28, Gone Sharking at 15, stunning. And one flag snatched away on the left side. Taken back, and now Gone Sharking is up 1 flag.
Tactical use of stun traps.
But Super Cow Powers, even though they've lost one of these flags, they are up in the level economy. Maybe they'll be able to push this lead before Gone Sharking catches up right now. If they can snatch away one of these flags or set up a good crumb economy before then, they have a chance to take back this match. But it might just lead to a tiebreak if both of these teams sit on a stalemate. Sharking's now just catching up with their levels, and the stalemate doesn't seem like it's going to reach.
Sharking though, dominating in the healing though.
Oh, right side push from Super Cow Powers, grabbing one flag,
doesn't it back.
And 1 flag to 1 now, but Sharking is sort of launching a counterattack, a big wall of ducks just
Sharking focusing on some attack specializations.
This left side completely unexposed. If Super Cow Powers can sneak past those explosive traps, there is a diagonal path through. A scout duck sort of inching their way through the explosive traps. It detonates 2 of them and leaves a path. If he can sneak through a duck right there, he'll be able to take the spread. But now a huge fight on this right side. And Super Cow Power seems to be trying to sneak in 1 duck here on the left every once in a while, but Sharking just sniffs them out and just spawns 2 or 3 in. I wonder if Sharking leaves some of their ducks jailed intentionally as emergency defenses, and that certainly seems to be what's happening on the left side. Super Cow Powers are going now down. Launching in a larger attack on the left. Oh, almost able to take it back, but the flag resets. Just not enough ducks. They're launching in a secondary attack once more. The flag carried back, juggled between a few, and slowly making its way back. But a fierce counterattack means a fierce defense. This right side just still sitting on a stalemate. Super Cow Powers has its defender's advantage here with the spawn zone, but so many traps.
Oh, sneaks the flag by.
Sneaks the flag by. Now it's 1-2. Super Cow Powers has the lead. Sharking needs to take this flag, or it's going to hit a 2,000 round tiebreak. They have 200 rounds to push into this right side, but it's like pushing their hand into a cactus. Super Cow Powers just so many traps set up here, and so many ducks just camping this corner. That middle flag as well, just so well defended at all entrances. That flag held for a bit, but not able to be brought back. And Sharking able to defend, but they need to launch an attack.
Cow Powers will take this game.
And Cow Powers taking the first game in this final 1-0. We'll see how they work on
back on Canals. Interesting division of the spawn zones. We'll see how their bots are able to handle this.
It seems like Super Cow Powers was just able to hold such a strong stalemate to the side and then just tactically push in ducks. They first send in 1 or 2 ducks on the left side there, and then eventually they just send in a whole squad to take that flag. And it did work really well. We'll see if it works again here. Sharking is just taking complete control of this middle with their explosive traps. And they're slowly inching their way towards Super Cow Powers' flag. But perhaps this could be bad for them as Super Cow Powers sort of closes in an attack from multiple sides. Slowly just pushing their way. But now Super Cow Powers is just bouncing back and forth on this middle front. Sharking is getting more and more ground on the left side here. An attack on the right side from Super Cow Powers. 36 healer ducks already from Super Cow Powers. They completely have the upper hand in the level economy. Now they need to push their lead before Sharking catches up. Sharking slowly accelerating their leveling. They're slowly leveling up and catching up with Cow Powers here. They're leaving a few ducks, I think, in reserve. Just 5 or 4 ducks jailed. Just to defend, I feel.
Encroaching on this middle zone. Super Cow Powers is pushing back slightly.
Certainly, Super Cow Powers is now losing their lead in this level as Sharking catches up, and now they're pushing into this middle. Super Cow Powers can't exit this middle area without walking into all of these explosive traps.
Takes now,
the flag snatched away. Super Cow Powers trying to defend, but there's no way they can catch up.
Sharking grabs the flag.
Perhaps they'll try to launch a counterattack, but no, now it's the bottom flags that are in danger. Sharking just now that they have middle control, just shoving their way in to that bottom left side and escorting this flag out. Super Cow Powers trying to defend, but Sharking just has too strong of an escort backwards. And now Super Cow Powers, after losing control of this middle, just crumbling from the sides as they're not able to hold this side. They're going to try to defend this bottom right side. They have their checkerboard set up, but no traps are there. And they're just going to have to try to defend with ducks purely. A small fleet on the left side trying to make it in, but Sharking catches them out on the... Oh,
grabs one.
Almost able to grab one. That infiltration, not able to do anything, but the reserves just holding strong. Now the flag taken away on the bottom right side and being ferried back. Super Cow Powers, as soon as they lose control of that flag, just not able to defend.
Sharking takes this match. 1-1.
1-1, a close final. This could go either way. Onto this Hunger Games, a really wide map here. And I'm very curious to sort of see how both teams are able to handle this wider map, where it's very easy to just lose control of one of these 3 regions. I expect we'll sort of see a trade here. Super Cow Powers sort of just doing this checkerboard once more, but the checkerboard isn't so effective when all of these spawn zones are so far away from each other. Strong defense. In the previous few matches, we've seen Sharking sort of just hold this really strong micro where they set up these traps and just hold their ground and slowly and surely shove their way into the opponent. Super Cow Power seems to favor a defensive style where they just level early and just push their lead. But they've been having a really hard time pushing their lead when Gone Sharking just sets up so many explosive traps and makes artificial time for their leveling. And we see a stalemate. Gone Sharking has almost one flag taken away. Super Cow Powers also seems to favor these these stealth missions where they just like send in 1 or 2 ducks to snipe a flag away. But Gone Sharking is ready for that. They just have ducks ready to spawn in and defend at a moment's notice. Those ducks may be unleveled, but now grabbing the flag, can they bring it back? Super Cow Powers trying to defend, but just not able to do so. A really short distance between those spawn zones, meaning that it's really easy to ferry flags back and forth. Now that they've lost control of this bottom right, they completely give up that ground and no longer choose to fight that spawn zone. Focusing on the middle, Gone Sharking trying to take it, sending in a few ducks.
Does take it through.
I think Gone Sharking just tactically sending in 1 or 2 ducks to detonate all of the traps that were set up before just sending in the main squad. And now this bottom left flag is the only one Super Cow Powers has left. Gone Sharking has complete map control here. Super Cow Powers, however, a bit of a lead in the ducks once more, just going to try to hold a defense here. But in this open spawn area, you can be attacked from the top, the left, and the right. It's too open for Super Cow Powers to defend over a long period of time. And you see Gone Sharking just setting up a circle of explosive traps around Super Cow Powers. Even if Super Cow Powers manages to hold a defense, they're just going to die, and the flag is taken away.
We saw some defensive stun traps there, but they weren't effective enough to hold off Gone Sharking.
Certainly. You can see some stun traps just left behind in the bottom right. Relics of a time past, and now big ducks, big pond. Seems like both teams are sort of just mining out this center water area to create room for them to walk through. A bit of water left. Interestingly, it seems Gone Sharking likes to sort of favor these different fronts. That bottom right, an immediate push through the side lanes here.
Can they go directly through the middle though? Not
can they get the flag?
Caverns.
It respawns and resets, but they have set up explosive traps right outside of Super Cow Powers' door. But now Super Cow Powers just practically tossing 1 or 2 ducks in to detonate those traps. They have an idea of where the traps could be, and they're just slowly and surely eliminating them. But in this, meanwhile, an infiltrator from Gone Sharking just in the top side almost snipes away the flag, but Super Cow Powers has reserves, it seems. A few ducks spawning in and preventing that singular duck from making a hero play. Now, slowly pushing in. If Gone Sharking wins this, it will just be a 3-1 set. Super Cow Powers needs to win this in order to have a chance. But it seems like they're having a lot of trouble pushing to Gone Sharking's area. Super Cow Powers doesn't seem to be aware of these lower tunnels that can be used to infiltrate. Now, infiltration from Gone Sharking on the top, able to defend, but Super Cow Powers is losing so much ground. Slowly but surely, Gone Sharking is making their way into their base, and Super Cow Powers just isn't able to infiltrate. Gone Sharking has such an excellent defensive strategy here. They set up these explosive traps everywhere, and then they have ducks and reserves at all times to defend. And now one flag taken away. Super Cow Powers is just losing ground.
Gone Sharking's breaking away with the flag.
Yeah, Super Cow Powers can't defend that. There's just 20 ducks following that single carrier back. And now they're going to try to have to hold on to this middle, but now another flag just taken away. Super Cow Powers is just favoring this defensive strategy, but they're not able to budge against Gone Sharking, who just slowly inch forward and snatch flags away methodically. And Gone Sharking also just with this excellent escort every single time they get one of these flags. And now just holding on to their last breath, Super Cow Powers needs a miracle and the flag taken away. Can they snipe it off? They have some skirmishing. The flag resets. Super Cow Powers is still keeping the map alive. But now look at all of these explosive traps. There's no way they can maintain this defense for long. And now taken away. Super Cow Powers is just holding on, using this middle spawn zone to flank Gone Sharking. Every single time Gone Sharking tries to snipe this flag, Super Cow Powers spawns in like 20 robots behind this flank. They're actually holding onto these robots tactically. So that 35 robots in jail, just waiting to spawn on top of Gone Sharking. And Gone Sharking isn't going to go to push.
For now.
They're just going to win off of a tiebreak over time. And now finally the flag comes away. Will it be the tiebreak or will it be the 3 flags? And Gone Sharking will be your Sprint 1 winners.
Congratulations, Gone Sharking. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching.
Feel free to
more food if you'd like. We have a lot, as you can tell.
Feel free to go on the Discord and congratulate Gone Sharking for beating Super Cow Powers and congratulate Super Cow Powers for making it to the finals. And feel free to steal all of their strats too.
Awesome. Stream.